It's an amazing time because it's becoming like the 4-minute mile. You know, we're piercing a veil of consciousness as a community of the students doing this work, me included. And once you pierce that limited veil, all of a sudden, like the 4-minute mile, more and more people start to break that mindset. And that's what's happening in this work. And so I hope that that kind of consciousness becomes infectious. I hope that kind of consciousness begins to influence one another. And doing the work then allows us to have the tools to begin to apply them to our lives. And I wanted to have enough meditations in the book, enough practices where people could really get the information and then jump right into the experience.
Dr. Joe, you're talking a lot of time about the unified field and the quantum field. Could you let us know how people could reach the quantum field?
Well, you don't reach it, although that's a good way to explain it. If you think about it, the majority of time people are putting all of their attention on matter. That we've been habituated to pay attention to objects, to things, to bodies, to people, to the place we're in, and to linear time. And where you place your attention is where you place your energy. Throw in the hormones of stress, and now the brain and body become aroused, and now you're really narrowing your focus on the material world. And the very chemicals cause us to become materialists, to define reality with our senses. And so in the quantum model and in the model of physics, reality is both a particle and a wave, right? Matter and energy. So then we can't experience that energy with our senses. We can only experience physical reality with our senses. We experience that quantum with our awareness. So our research over and over again shows that when a person takes their attention off their body, off of the people of their life that they identify with, that becomes their identity, to the things they own, places they live, the places they go, and time in itself, predicting the future based on the past, and surrender into the present moment. The moment they become nobody, no one, no thing, nowhere, and no time, and none of their attention is on anything physical, then they're disinvesting their energy out of this three-dimensional world, and they're falling into the present moment, the eternal present moment. According to the quantum model, all possibilities exist in the present moment. So now they're on the bridge when they become nobody, no one, no thing, nowhere, and no time. So they're not going to be preoccupied with their pain. They're not going to be preoccupied with their husband or their wife. They're not going to be preoccupied with what time it is. They've done the work to get to that point. And we've labored really hard over the years and intensely to get people to get beyond themselves. But then, when you begin to pay attention to this unified field without your senses, with your awareness, and begin to experience it, to stay present with it, to become more aware of it, to pay attention to it moment by moment by moment, where you place your attention is where you place your energy, and what you place your attention on expands. So every time you begin to tune into this frequency, and the quantum field is just information and energy, every time you begin to connect with it and you have an experience, it begins to change your brain physically. That's what experience does. And so now you have more circuits in place to experience more of it. And if you keep becoming more connected to it, sooner or later you're going to have a very strong experience with it that's going to cause you to feel more whole and more at one, because the unified field is the governing field of energy that unifies everything material in this world. And you may say, well, that's theory, but many people have connected to this intelligent love and this loving intelligence, and when they do, not only do they have a biological upgrade in their body, but they're changed very significantly on a very deep level. And the amount of energy that they experience, the emotion of love, the emotion of gratitude, the emotion of grace, the emotion of freedom is so altering inside of them that they're paying attention with all of their mind on what's causing it, and they begin to connect deeper to it. And so you only need one or two of those experiences, and then from that moment forward, that's all you really want. Because no drug, no alcohol, no shopping spree, no gambling, no television show, nothing compares to that moment where you connect to it and you realize that it's always been within you, but you've been looking everywhere else for it except within. And so that intelligence is within us and all around us. It's personal and universal, and our students are very passionate, and I do my best to be able also to explain that in the book.